Good morning, y'all. It is 5:10 a.m. and I'm gonna be honest with you. I still in my bonnet, ain't don't have no bit of a face on. But this was too good not to share. So I just finished my devotional. My devotional is a part of my morning routine, of course. And I personally have been working through some of my own limiting beliefs. And one of those limiting beliefs, although I am less afraid now um, about being authentic and using my authentic voice. This morning, the devotional was around authenticity, and I was like, oh, wow. So, this was what I'm going to get on here real quick. I'm not going to be, but like maybe 2 minutes. And I just wanted to share this with you all because I feel like it is such an important message that I got on here with my bonnet still on to record it. So don't judge me. This come as you are. Come as you are. All right, so I have my Bible right in front of me, and the scripture is coming from Matthew 5:13. I flipped too many pages. The pages are sticking together. That's weird. But the scripture comes from Matthew 5:13. I gotta talk a little quiet. The kids are asleep. But it says, "You are the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its taste, your purpose, how can it be made salty? It is no longer good for anything but to be thrown out and walked on by people when the walkways are wet and slippery." So I read the Amplified version, so there are a few extra words in there. Um, but you are the salt of the earth. And if I know anything about you, and me too, for a long time, you have lost your flavor. And I don't mean just your, when I say your flavor, I'm talking about your authenticity. And you haven't lost it, it's inside of you. I had a realization when I was talking to my therapist that while I claim to be an introvert, I am actually an extrovert. The introvertedness, I don't, that's not a word, the introvertism is what she told me, uh, is imposed on me, not by myself, but by other people. You have allowed other people to take away your flavor, to quiet you, to not use your voice in your most authentic way because of life and situations and life happens to us and it is hard. But somewhere along the way you lost your flavor, your authenticity, and you're afraid to use your voice, the authentic voice that God gave you. So it's time for us to reclaim that voice because you were made for something so much greater than to be silenced by somebody who was threatened by you. I know me personally, and I've shared this in a couple of spaces, that a lot of my silencing, if you will, came from being reprimanded and being told that I was too much by administrators as an educator. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week, you guys. And I'm here to tell you that you are not too much and that somebody out there needs to hear your voice. So you've allowed people to take away your flavor. You've allowed people to dilute you from your purpose for way too long. And oh, it's time for you as a woman to reclaim that so that you can go out here and do the work that the Lord has called you to do. You have been called for a specific thing. You were born for this thing. And allowing people to dilute you has stopped you from doing this thing in the way that God has called you to do it. But no more. Girl, get your flavor back. Get your flavor. Get one of them. I don't know. I ain't no cooking. I mean, I cook, but I ain't like undilute yourself. I don't even know if that's possible. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Hold on, I gotta Google this because uh, I gotta Google this because I want to make sure that it's correct. Okay. So this is what, and I'm not a chemist. All right, so I'm not a chemist. Um, I'm not a chemist. So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna start with that. Not a chemist. So y'all getting real raw. This is the thing. This is the thing about live, y'all. When I go live, you getting the real, you getting the raw, you getting the. Not a chemist, okay? Um, but I just had this revelation as I was talking. So again, this may be common knowledge. I'm a math teacher. Okay, I don't teach science. I don't teach social studies. I don't teach English. I could if I had to, but I'm a math teacher, so I'm gonna preface this statement with that. But I just had this like download. It's time for you to turn up the heat. It's time for you to turn up the heat because when you turn up the heat, when you heat a mixture up, it can undilute it by removing the solvent. I'm gonna say it again. Here's an example. When you boil water, when you turn up the heat on the water, on salt water, it evaporates the water, the thing that dilutes the keeps the salt water diluted. So when you heat it up, you're left with the higher concentration of salt, right? So you've allowed people to dilute you for so long. God says it's time to turn up the salt, the heat. It's time to turn up the heat. It's time to turn up the heat on your authenticity. It's time to turn up the heat on your purpose because it's time for you to go out there, undilute yourself so that you can live and be the best version, the most authentic version. Turn up the heat on your authenticity. Turn it up. It's time to undilute so we can get that flavor back. All right, y'all. That's all I got. I said 7. I said 2 minutes. It's been 8. I'm just talking now, and I gotta go get ready for work. But y'all, turn up the heat today. I love you, and I will see you soon.